The last 10 years have left Sardinia unrecognizable. In times past, House Torres' authority was unquestioned, and its monarchs given total divine right. With the death of Castor and the fall of Iberia, this has all changed, with the boy heir having no power to do anything as his dynasty fell from grace. The burghers, made up of the various trading families, guilds, and interests which had begun working closely together, seized power from the boy and his family almost overnight, instituting radical reform and change. With the loss of all alliances besides the Pope himself, a faction from the east proposed a radical idea of a complete diplomatic pivot, as well as the selling of lands in Iberia to Castella. Chancellor Castor has overseen this process, and with it comes a new era for our nation and family. The rights of men are not to be ignored by any, kings or not. House Torres may sit well on the throne of their past, but their power is not without question anymore. The secular burghers are a tolerant one, with the famous trading families of Tunis having fully embraced worship of the old Hellenic gods, something the Pope demanded action for, but with few in Europe heeding his words, nothing was done. It is a time to embrace change and seek out glory and power in the new world. This is the 7th part of an EU4 portion of a House Torres mega campaign. So how many loans do we still have left? We have none. We've repaid all our loans. The fuck? How did that even happen? We tolerated them at court. That was a whole event. I didn't fucking read it. There's an obvious direction to go now, isn't there? So RP-wise, what this is going to be. So we had an event that basically talked about the fact our court now had a lot of influence from powerful factions who were pagan. In the past, we didn't allow them any influence or any control at all, right? Because we were moderately, I wouldn't say controlled, but heavily more under the influence of the clergy and the Pope in Rome. That's gone now. Tunis, which is the pinnacle trading port in North Africa for our nation, has come under the control of a number of powerful trading families who have, through the combination of various religions in North Africa and a distaste towards the Pope in recent times, taken up pagan ways and begin to worship the Hellenic gods of old. Notably, this probably has come about due to the fact that they've been excavating the ruins of ancient Carthage, of which Tunis was once the capital. Old Carthage's capital was right here. And as such, there's been a rebirth into the old way. Now, the Pope demanded that we get rid of them. He demanded that we go in. And if it was any of our ancestors, such as Lysandro, such as Castoro the Great, we would have purged them with fire. But this is not their Sardinia even more. This is one of a much more modern sort. And as such, in his wisdom, Chancellor Barzone Serra rejected the attempts by the Pope for such a thing. And not only that, but many of his good friends and prominent traders in Caesarea, our capital, now worship these Hellenic gods themselves. Carracks and caravels. We can upgrade our ships, we have a higher colonial range, and we can study technologies. All right, we have completely found the southern coastline, and still no spice islands to be found. The strengthening of status has forced Barzone to accept the election of a new chancellor. We'll keep the status. Castor IV. Takrura's rival us. We'll rival them back. They're that great west tribe off the western coast of Africa. Oh no, Spain went to war? They're going to war the whole Caribbean. Oh my god, Spain's about to have a huge colony. All right, so in the lore, what we're gonna do is we're gonna betroth one of the many daughters of Emperor Nakasha the fourth Pra, to the son and heir of King Castoro, who is yet but a young child. I think we'll do it that. Oh my god, are they fighting France? No, they're fighting Sweden. Oh, there's a coalition against them. Yet again, us choosing ourselves a very good ally who's going to decline and fall. We have a claim upon the region this tribe has retreated into. All right, we now know that there is a. We really don't know what we're dealing with at this point. I'm sure our map makers and explorers are just scratching their heads and unsure. Perhaps the distance between these lands and Asia is further than we thought. The Pope's colony is really big in Haiti too. They want help in their fucking coalition war. We will call for the fleet. On land, we will not involve ourselves. Vladimir will defend themselves, but our fleet, we can send to harass the enemies. It's been a while since we've given them a good fight with our navy. Our sailors, I'm sure, are longing for a fight on the Great Seas. This provides us the chance to cooperate with Vladimir and show them our willingness to cooperate with him. We're gonna send no land forces to die in Crimea, nor in the steppe. It will allow us the chance to destroy the navies of these countries, potentially gain some ships of our own in battle, as well as reduce the land taken from Vladimir in this coalition war, making them a stronger ally. An account of the new lands. Our conquistador may not have sent back gold, but he has sent back a magnificently detailed map of our new domains, and all of the unclaimed land waiting only for brave settlers to claim their destiny. Matchlock muskets as well. Oh, we got a really early advantage. Here we go. The first time our ships have ever sailed into the Baltic. We'll chase them into the Gulf of Riga. The Lithuanian fleet. We caught 2 of their ships and took a trading ship prisoner. We'll place our primary fleet in a central location. I'm gonna try a bit of a risky maneuver here. They've engaged us. We're bringing in Barzone. The galleys need to hold. Hold! We got there. Oh, they fucking retreated. We lost 3 galleys, but they lost a heavy ship. Foreign trade competition rises. Foreign merchants are increasingly outcompeting us in ports. More tariffs. We'll protect domestic markets. We produce plenty of goods ourselves. So an ambassador Anatolikon. Reinforcements have arrived. All right, we'll finish the siege. We'll defeat their army, besieging us out in the south. We'll send a task force up to the north and take what remains of their region there and establish a northern foothold. And the war is done. What did they lose? Yeah, Novigrad got a lot. Padzinkia was formed in the south. Sweden has a lot of their territory. We have to move quicker in the New World. We're getting outpaced so heavily by everyone. Oh my god, the burghers have 100% influence. It might be us going to war with the Quisakea. The burghers would want holdings in Cuba. We know of its wealth at this point, obviously. I mean, it's significant. Their tech is really advanced, though. They're 8. The Tomoyo Federation. The Tupi tribes have begun banding together against the European settlers that are threatening them in South America. Unfortunately, however, they're not considering us to be Europeans. Perhaps we should make good use of this opportunity to weaken our colonial rivals and send help to Tupi. Why not? It keeps them divided. Gives us more time. Well, actually, we can get an idea. We will go for viceroys, and we got rejecting Iberian and Papists as well. The Kingdom of Aragon and the Papal States have tried time and time again to capture Sardinia and impose their influence over the Sardinian people. No kidding, except Castello now. We must always be working to stave off their influence. Why the fuck are the Swedes here? Are this? Oh god, Sweden's in the Caribbean? Colonial Caribbean is the sole dominion of Castella. Of course you would say that. We will not respect that under any circumstance. They are really catching up to us now in colonialism. We had a lead early on, but it's just gone now. After being destroyed by the Great Mongol invasion 300 years ago, and having the legacy of Rome wiped from this earth, Anatolikon in the end has reunited its borders and refounded Byzantium. Holy shit, they're actually back. All right, we need to do everything we can to ally with them. Like, at this point, we'd give up. Hellas is lost. The Tarshitarus are not in power anymore, and we accept that. So we need to make what we can and attempt to ally Byzantium. They'll be very opposed to the Papal States, and they'd be a strong ally against the Western colonial powers. All right, so we have land up in the north. We'll wait for this colonial venture to get off its feet and become independent, and then we're going to focus in on, I think, making another colony up here, and perhaps even going into the Caribbean at that point. A writer in our country has presented his most recent work, this time on the Catholic Church and His Holiness the Pope. It is a thorough, thoughtful, and extraordinarily well-argued piece, and anyone who reads it and actually understands what it says has to agree with the finer points. The entire world will read the searing critique of the Pope. Ah, Byzantium is friendly. We'll dispatch an ambassador to Constantinople, where we can knock out a treaty to formally build an alliance between our countries. You gotta remember here as well, we're going full circle right now, because originally the Judaics of Sardinia, of which our ancestry was, the original House Torres family, they were actually vassal nobles of Byzantium back in the day. The family that we're descended from originally, before they became high status, they were nobles in Byzantium. We were originally Byzantines, so, and we have our colony. Beautiful, good timing. Make it a private enterprise. Dirty Castora. And we will take our last one, Global Empire. Naval force limit 25%, and we can go to war with natives now. Well, with all of our holy fervor and desire for war, and our rejection of the Pope's Treaty of Torres, I think we are going to prepare a war then against the Quetzcoya, who are a branch off of the old Aztecs, stronger now than them, in fact. They're super federations. I've never seen that before. In this timeline, the natives actually got their shit together and united. There's 3 of them. Oh, disillusioned with the church teaching, displeased with corruption of the holy, or just finding pagan doctrine such as polygamy, or encouraging a personal wealth attractive, are all stimulating weak-spirited men to turn away from Christ. Oh my god, Stada went Hellenic? The Renaissance period was when Greek and Roman art became like incredibly popular and like seen everywhere, and the old, you know, philosophers and stuff were becoming commonplace. And it appears that in this timeline, that has just gone to extreme depths with obviously the corruption of the church, such that many people are just outright going into the past. That's fucking sick. We'll sell you another province. How about that? Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. They'll actually buy it off us now. And we'll use all that money. Fuck, almost enough. To upgrade our fleet so that we can actually fight them. Oh, papal colony in Argentina. All right, we're gonna send our next colonist up to the northern part of this continent. We'll take shrewd commercial practices too, and we'll get Institute of Carthage de Logu. It was during 1392 that the Judicate of Arborea devised and pushed forth the Carta de Logu, or a Charter of Land. Mauranius IV of Arborea compiled the code, and it was updated by his daughter, Eleanor of Sardinia, later on. In this code, many citizens' rights were established, and even given a fair amount of rights to women as well. It would be foolish to not implement this law code again and update it first time. That fits with what we're doing. We're secularizing, we're modernizing, at least in the context of the Renaissance period. Our dynastic ties, we'll go ahead and marry again. Euphrasia Palagiol, name I can't say. There's a new queen. Let's get a royal marriage. We're going to incorporate the Moroccans into our accepted cultures, and we'll do the same with the Algerians as soon as we sell the last province in Iberia. Crusade for Quetzcoya. Oh, we're actually going to war with someone who's being crusaded against. First, we'll send in the Navy to wipe out any ships that might be around, and then we'll begin to deposit our soldiers onto their various islands. As soon as we're done with the other war in South America, we'll send the remnants of our soldiers. No sign of any fleet. We do have rumors that they have a large fleet somewhere. There they are. Running like cowards. We'll just simply block the crossing for now is what we'll do. Takru are colonizing! Oh shit, Western Africa is actually colonizing this timeline. Holy crap. Alright, I think we're ready to cross. Do they have a large army here? Siege in the south is complete. We'll peace out Guarani. We'll send our main force. We actually met their navy in combat. Where did our fleet go? We can't. Oh, we might get screwed a little bit here, not gonna lie. There we go, we got away. We're stuck on Jamaica though. General demands control. Throughout the ages, war has often been when rule of the many give way to the rule of the few. Being aware of this, we are reluctant to make too many concessions in power to the military, even though our nation goes to battle. A general who has been crucial in our successes so far, at least in his own version of events, is now in conflict with representatives of the federal kingdom on the future course of action. His military expertise is beyond question, but strong arming status to go along with his plans would weaken their political position. I mean, if he has good ideas, why not? We have the Spanish Square. We actually got early tech. We have free shooters before anyone else. This is the perfect time to fight a war with someone. So we're just really under a period of just rapid hyper expansion in the Americas, because that's where we know we have to compensate for our weakness in Europe. So there's just gonna be a fuckload of colonial wars for a while here, to be honest. There we go, we made it. The attrition was high. We lost a lot of soldiers. We got Guantanamo Bay. Here we go. They are strong. I will give them that, but we are gonna win this. If we siege at their mainland holdings, this is over. And then we will be able to really take whatever we want, I would imagine. Let's get there quick. Our colony got independent there as well. We will keep growing it. We do need a lot more cannons. I've not modernized my military at all. That's why we're gonna lose any major war we're gonna fight right now. Castile has warned us! Alright, well we have to just eat everything we can in this war because we won't be able to fight for a while. Vladimir is at war with Sweden. God damn it, yes, we'll help you. All right, another war. Beautiful. More fighting. So yes, as soon as we're done here, the Royal Sardinian Navy will be headed up to the Baltics again to chase down the Swedish fleet, which will be again next week. With the old monarchy of Torres still in power, they are much weakened. We have begun to rebuild our power with a colony in South America and now a large colony, which we will soon have in Cuba, and the Caribbean to contend the Spanish. The New World is full of giant alliances of the tribal people there, and we finally have strong allies in Vladimir, Byzantium, and Lotharingia. We're still in a very contentious period here, but I will say the burghers have managed to stabilize better than our monarchs could, and it is likely that they will be in power for quite some time.